G'day! In this video we will solve two linear equations simultaneously. You probably already know how to solve equations with only one variable like this or like this. But it's a bit harder to solve equations with two variables like this. In fact, we can only solve equations with two variables if there are two equations like this. Hey, slow down. We are not going to guess. We have a process to follow. We will find the same value for the x and the same value for the y that fits both equations at the same time. And there are lots of examples to show you. Let's start. Here are two equations. The first equation is x plus y equals 10. The second equation is x minus y equals 6. We'll call them first equation and second equation. That will help in explaining. Now see how the x's, the y's, the equal signs and the numbers are all lined up vertically in the same way as we add or subtract numbers. Well, actually, we can add or subtract whole equations. Here's how. X plus x is 2x. Positive y plus negative y is actually 0. In other words, the y has been eliminated. 10 plus 6 is 16. What's happened is that now we have a third equation with only one unknown variable. 2x equals 16. If we divide by 2, x equals 8. So how do we find the value of y? Well, we substitute x equals 8 back into one of the original equations. So x plus y equals 10, but we know that x equals 8. So y must equal 2. These two equations look more complex, but do you see that there is a positive 3y in the first equation and a negative 3y in the second equation? If we add the equations, the y will be eliminated. 2x plus 4x is 6x. Positive 3y plus negative 3y equals 0. Y is eliminated. 19 plus 11 is 30. Now we have a new equation with only one variable. 6x equals 30. If we divide by 6, x equals 5. Let's go back and substitute x equals 5 into one of the original equations. Let's choose the easier equation. That's the first one. 2x plus 3y equals 19. That's 2 times 5 plus 3y equals 19. So 10 plus 3y equals 19. Subtract 10 to get 3y equals 9. Last, divide by 3 to get y equals 3. So x equals 5 and y equals 3. Look closely at this pair of equations. Adding these equations does not eliminate a variable, so we must do something else. Well, we will subtract. We must be careful because when we subtract the second equation from the first equation, all of the signs of the second equation will change. 3x minus 3x is 0. 4y minus y is 3y. 20 minus 14 is 6. The new equation is 3y equals 6. If we divide by 3, y equals 2. Then we substitute y equals 2 back into one of the original equations. The second equation looks easier, so 3x plus y equals 14. That's 3x plus 2 equals 14. Subtract 2 from both sides, and 3x equals 12. If we divide by 3, x equals 4. So x equals 4 and y equals 2. The next pair of equations gets even more complex. Remember that the coefficient, that's the number in front of the variable, has to match in both equations before we can add or subtract. We have two choices. Either we can multiply the second equation by 2 and then subtract to eliminate the x. Or we can multiply the second equation by 3 and then subtract to eliminate the y. The easier way is to multiply the second equation by 2 like this. Remember to take care when subtracting because all of the signs in the second equation change. So 2x minus 2x is 0. 3y minus 2y is y. 29 minus 20 is 9. So y equals 9. Then we substitute y equals 9 into the easier of the original equations. That's the second equation. Notice in this pair of equations, both of the coefficients, that's the numbers in front of the variables, don't match. We'll have to do that first. We have two choices. If we multiply the first equation by 3 and the second equation by 4, then we'll have 12x in both equations. Or, if we multiply the first equation by 2 and the second equation by 3, then we would have 6y in both equations. Both of those ways are just as complex, so I'll choose to multiply the first equation by 3 and the second equation by 4, like this. Then we subtract. Remember to take care when subtracting because all of the signs in the second equation change. 12x minus 12x is 0. 9y minus 8y is y. 33 minus 32 is 1. So y equals 1. Then we substitute y equals 1 into one of the original equations. I'll choose the first equation. 4x plus 3 times y equals 11. That's 4x plus 3 times 1 equals 11. So 4x plus 3 equals 11. Subtract 3 and we get 4x equals 8. Divide by 4 and we get x equals 2. So the answers are x equals 2 and y equals 1. Thank you for watching this video.